What's good, Space Cowboys? Zero here, bringing you part 2 of the UC Vanguard Faction quest line. And today, we are gonna go ahead and take a look at Deep Cover. So in the last video, I covered Supra et Ultra, and I don't know, what was the other one? Grunt Work, which are the first couple quests that you get in the UC Vanguard questline. After you finish this and you get back to New Atlantis at the massed UC Vanguard headquarters, it kind of splits into two different parts. You can do Deep Cover, which is the part of the quest line that kind of goes and looks at the Crimson Raiders, and that is the one that I am going to follow in this series. I'll do another series on the branch that goes into the Terramorph storyline, also a really good storyline. But the UC Vanguard one with the Crimson Raiders or the Crimson Fleet, is my favorite. This is probably my favorite side quest in the game. Not this one specifically, but this entire sort of series. So I'm going to cover this one first. Maybe my second one is the Freestar Rangers, but I don't know. We'll see. The Terramorph one was quite fun as well. But we are going to go ahead and start heading out. Let's see, we got to go. Where do we got to go? What is it telling us to do here? Proceed to the UC Vigilance. Okay, so we are going to go find the UC Vigilance, which is over here in the Sol system. The UC Vigilance is a large ship here. So we have the Vanguard's main fleet, and this is their flagship. I mean, look at that. Level 100 Vigilance. I know this is a Class M ship, and I've seen some mods out there and stuff that you can actually build or use Class M modules and stuff. That thing is just huge. Look at that. Look at that ship. Okay. Now that we've dented the paint, there's the bridge that we're going to get up to. Let's go ahead and dock. I mean, ship hasn't been lived in if it doesn't have a few scratches.
Ship is now docked. Perfect.
Thank you, Barrett.
Didn't even smudge the paint.
I think I might have. Right, Deep Cover. Speak to the Systef Guard. Hello, Systef Guard.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander?
Where can I get that hat?
Of course.
Millions.
If you'd follow me, please.
Dude.
So, you're the Vanguard that took down that Terramorph on Tau City. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn. That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments.
Oh, do ya?
All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Thank you. So this ship is absolutely massive. I haven't ever tried to see if there's other places I can break into. Maybe I should try that sometime, just to really play around. I have played around a few times and just see what happens if I just try to kill everybody. Nothing really. I mean, you just gotta restart. It won't even let you kill the main characters.
Can we try and focus on the matter at hand, please?
I tried to actually kill everybody and take over the bridge. And it just won't let you. I tried to steal the ship. Oh my god, it'd be great if you could steal the ship. Not authorized.
Hello.
What if everybody's dead? Then am I authorized? This is one of my favorite bridge modules. Mostly just because I like that it has this massive control console kind of inside of these pillars. This, what is that called on a ship? The CNC? I don't remember. Command and control. Is that right? I'm probably messing that up. Sorry if there's any Navy vets out there listening and thinking,
I believe we have something important to discuss.
dumbass.
Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC System. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer.
Tuala is very convincing.
It appears he certainly picked the right person for the job. So, now that you're part of the team, allow me to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
Okay. What is the Crimson Fleet?
That's strange. According to your file, you've encountered them before. On Vectera specifically. They were the pirates that attacked your mining outpost. I'm surprised you don't remember.
Head injury, man. Come on. A little sympathy here.
Which is
yeah, they're basically
precisely
pirates.
why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
So I actually started the game out with persuasion, and then obviously I invested heavily into that very early on. I recommend you take at least a couple persuasion points early on in the game as well. There's a few skills I find very essential. The computer hacking, which I don't remember which skill that is exactly. I'm sorry, that might just be lockpicking.
The right place for you to start.
And persuasion. Those two are so useful for so many different things.
One of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Aurora is like this drug that's synthesized in neon from some weird fish that's found on that planet.
You'd better hope so. Sersha won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know.
Now, I'm not actually sure if I ever actually collected all of the evidence in my first playthrough or not. I can't remember if I closed out that quest. I'm not even really sure how many pieces of evidence there are to find. You don't need to collect them all to move on in the quest, though.
Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
I'll do my best.
Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
I'm a Starborn, bro. I don't do well following rules. So what I might try on this playthrough, and I'll do this at one of the ends of this series of videos on the UC Vigilance questline, but I'll show you what happens if you either choose to join the Crimson Fleet or destroy the Crimson Fleet. I'm curious to see. My first playthrough, I actually I just destroyed him.
Anyway,
So I
it's
kind of
time
want
to
to
hand
see
you
what
over to
happens.
Lieutenant
I'm
Dorfus
really
to
curious
brief you about the details of
'cause the
evidence-gathering
UC
portion of the operation. Now,
is everywhere. And if
good
you
luck.
join the pirates, I'm really not sure how that works. I'm sure some of you out there who might be watching this maybe have actually sided with the pirates and you know the answer to
finish
that.
your thought, so that that's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own. All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals.
Nice.
She's shrewd and she's diligent.
Yeah,
only
the Trade
reason we were
Authority
able
is
to
some
connect her with
super
the
shady
Crimson Fleet
people.
at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got.
Anything goes with those guys for some credits. All right, I don't need to talk to you anymore,
Good
dude.
luck.
Thank you.
Hey.
Where's the commander at? Oh, there she is. All right, so this is not the commander, but the lieutenant.
Howdy.
So Toft here's who we are going to be turning in all of the evidence that we
All
find.
right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
Crystal.
Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
Oh, easy there now. Security!
For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates!
That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts.
Show me the money. I don't need payment. I'm doing God's work.
Commander Akande came up with the idea. He was concerned you might not help us simply because it was the right thing to do.
He might be right.
All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora.
I left
into your
that life
ship's cargo
behind me.
hold.
That was
We're also
playthrough
providing you
1.
with a sample you can
I'm
use to test
Starborn.
the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch.
You are all
Proceed
meaningless.
to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden, and with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Dismissed. Alright, I got some Aurora.
Let me know if you need anything else.
I could use some more Aurora.
Excuse me.
Alright, so we are on to the burden of proof. Actually, no, we're still on deep cover. Burden of proof is the sort of side mission where we just bring back any evidence that we find to Lieutenant Toft. But we're still going for deep cover, so we're going to Sidonia, which is on Mars, my favorite planet. So we're in the Sol system, which, if you did not know, is our system. Ooh, Mars Mech Factory. Here we go, Sidonia.
Be advised, you are entering United Colony space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Oh, making me nervous. I got some Aurora.
We're done. Enjoy Sidonia.
I must have like keistered that or something to get that past the guards. Mars launch pad. I love these little NASA locations. Obviously, you'll only find those in the Sol system, but still super awesome. If you're wondering what ship I'm rocking, this is the Ecliptic Claymore 2. I haven't kitted it out yet. I'm kind of waiting. I'm going to make a video maybe on some modifications I want to make to this. It comes pretty good stock, to be honest. But I don't like some of the weapon configurations. The rest of the ship is pretty decent. Oh, Mars. God, look at the Milky Way. God, I wish you could still see that. Oh, man. The mining colony of Cydonia. So, I don't know if I've mentioned this, and maybe I have in some of my other videos. There's just a beautiful... it's not as good on Cydonia. This actually might be one of the worst planets for it. But most planets, as soon as you land, right out the cockpit view, it has just a beautiful, you know, sort of panoramic view of the location and a huge sign letting you know where you're at. If you haven't noticed that, take notice next time you land somewhere. City, anyways. Not just any location, obviously. Welcome to Cydonia. Humanity's stepping stone to the stars. Humanity's leftover dump. Ooh, 87 hours without an incident. Good job, guys. So you can talk to this lady right here, and she will set you up on your first bounty mission. If you're just starting the game, you know, talk to her, and this will unlock bounties for you.
Getting their hands dirty. The Trackers Alliance can always use more bounty hunters to round up and kill wanted criminals. If that feels like your speed, talk to me, or check out our posts on the mission boards.
I'm looking for bounty hunter. Maybe you don't need to talk to her to unlock it. Maybe when I just first came in, I was just talking to everybody.
Well, look no further than the Broken Spear. The Trackers Alliance posts jobs on the mission board over there. Big old console, can't miss it.
Speak with Trevor.
Now, look, much as I'm itching to get back out there and take down wanted marks on my own, I can't help you any more than that. So, don't come crying to me if you can't hack it, you hear?
There we go. Accept a bounty from the mission board.
Careful out there.
Alrighty. Look at Cydonia. I feel like I'm in Total Recall.
The community center on P1 is a good place to connect with others.
There we go. How do you say her name? Suarez? Suarez? I don't know.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy. And by sensitive, I'm guessing you mean something you don't want UC security sticking their noses into. I can probably help you with that. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
What do you mean too hot to handle? I've got way crazier stuff than that. How about some, like, Xeno technology or some mech parts? Human organs? Come on, I got a whole ship full of contraband.
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before UC security catches on. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. Sure, go ahead. You shoot me and the TA will have bounty hunters on your ass before you even get back to the spaceport. Listen, love, I've heard it all. Threats bounce right off, so either cough up the finder's fee or try and sell that shipment on your own.
Come on now.
Well then, we have nothing left to discuss, do we, love? Be seeing you soon.
Man, she's hard.
You bring me that finder's fee, or are you here to waste my time again? You know,
Oh,
it's
well,
funny.
I guess there you go.
Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you. There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, thanks for shaking me down. Kind of want to kill her. The Broken Spear.
Sometimes I wish I'd taken an easier job.
Alright, so this is Adler Kemp. There's actually some evidence somewhere around here. Where is it? Right there. Boop.
Naeva!
Thank you.
Sit down, have a drink. So, smooth jump into the Soul system? UC security hassle you?
Cut the crap, Adler, and let's make this quick. There's only so long I can stand a stink of minor sweat and stale beer.
Okay, okay, take it easy. Here's the fleet's kickback, just like I promised.
What is this bullshit? This is half. Half of what you promised.
No reason to get upset, sweetie. Security around Sidonia's been cracking down, and it's tough to get the Deimos marks to play ball.
Dude.
That means I'm spending big on bribes, covering lost shipments. This isn't exactly like running a pharmacy out here, you know.
Two things, Adler. And I will make this simple enough so even a total imbecile like yourself can understand. One, I don't give a damn about your excuses. You owe us the agreed amount on time every month.
Yep.
And two, you call me sweetie ever again, and I'll shove my knife so far up your ass that people will mistake you for a unicorn.
Ooh!
Okay, sorry, Naeva.
Dang.
Look, here's the rest.
That's more like it. I'll see you in a month.
What if the ship jumps without?
Alright, so that's for burden of proof. I'll try to point out any evidence I find. I don't remember where they're all at. Like I said, I'm not even sure if I found them all before. There's some pretty comprehensive lists you can find online that have, I think, most of them with the locations. But let's talk to Adler here.
Unless me another drink, you can turn around and walk away.
Here you go, buddy. Here's some drugs.
Why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first.
Oh my god, people, come on. Can't we just make a deal?
You're a clever one, aren't you? Let's just say I have a certain influential affiliation.
Yeah.
And leave it at that.
Crimson Fleet.
Basically,
We all
you
know,
want
buddy.
that Aurora moved, I'm your guy.
It's like tattooed on your head.
Pipe down! What's the matter with you? You want to get us both thrown into lockup.
Yes.
Look, I don't know what that big mouth Saoirse told you, but
Saoirse?
I run with a secret in public, and I suggest
Man,
you
that
do
was
the
way
same.
off.
Now, do you want my help moving your product or not?
It must be Gaelic or something. I mean, I'm terrible at pronouncing Gaelic names.
Right down to business, and no small talk. I like it. Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back.
I want my money!
Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos
Carl.
miners. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable looking guy in the entire place.
Dude, you are a dick. There's a couple other side quests you can pick up in here. So there's a guy from List who wants you to kind of help recruit colonists and settlers right here, Phil Hill. If you talk to him, well, let's go and talk to him.
Oh, hello there, friend. Have you been there long?
Days, Phil.
What? Oh, heavens no. These bags under my eyes are just... how I look? Okay, you got me. I am pretty tired. But I can do this. But, oh my, I've forgotten my manners. Phil Hill, at your service. Yes, it rhymes. My parents had a thing about rhyming. My siblings are named Bill, Jill, and Sil. The Hills. What a thrill. But there I go again. You aren't here to talk about me. You're here to talk about List.
List? Let's talk.
Great. What can the League of Independent Settlers do for you today?
Wait, what's the T stand
as
for?
I like to say, how can I help make today your very best day? That's terrific, because I have a lot of work needing doing. This stack of papers here, these are just the most recent applicants looking for new worlds to settle on. Everywhere I go, people are really excited about the prospects of living a truly free life, living where and how they want to. I've got a cargo hold full of stacks just like that. Oh boy.
I'll bet those pamphlets don't tell them anything about, I don't know, you know, the spacers who might rob and kill you and your family, or about a million other bad things that can happen to you on a lonely planet.
Fantastic! That's exactly the can-do, helpful attitude that List looks for in all its employees.
Space aliens coming and eating you.
We're looking for folks with ships and or basic people skills to seek out suitable planets and leads on potential clients. I don't suppose you possess either of those qualifications?
I am super qualified.
You know, I can tell that you do, just by the little we've interacted already. Most importantly, we need to collect data on habitable planets.
Easiest job interview I've ever had, right there.
You know, that oxygen and water are musts. Other signs of life.
He's just like, oh, you have a pulse?
Secondly,
Cool, you're
always
hired.
Looking for new applicants. So, as you travel around meeting people, when the occasion arises, see if you can interest them in signing up for the list.
So this is actually a quest that I failed in my first playthrough.
Why don't you start with them?
And I don't know if there was a way that I could have recovered it or not, but
Excellent.
I failed the
any
persuasion check on this very first person, and from then on out, it wouldn't let me do anything else on the quest. So this top of the list quest line was kind of dead for me on my first playthrough. So I might try to do this later, but I don't want to do it now. They're not here now. Maybe a little bit later. There's a couple ladies that will be sitting here. We can get a quest from them. You can get a quest from Jack here later. I think there's somebody else in this bar that you can recruit to your crew. Actually, there's lots of people you can recruit, but I think there's a unique... Maybe it's Andromeda?
Hello, traveler.
Yeah.
Will you join me for a while?
Outpost engineering.
You strike me as someone with an interesting story. Call it scholar's intuition.
Sure, let's talk, Andromeda.
Meeting a kindly stranger is always a blessing. What brings you to Sidonia? Oh, you're a captain. I'm a traveler myself. I've spent years in the space lanes conducting research for a book I intend to write. I envy you the company of others on your voyages through the Starfield. I hope the Blackest Sea has been kind to you and your crew.
Okay. Come along. You seem lovely.
Would you? I've never worked on a crew before, but the idea does appeal to me. The older I get, the lonelier the void seems. Are you willing to pay? I dislike taking money from friends, but I'll need some credits to stow my ship at Sidonia Spaceport.
I can pay.
I'll work to make it up to you, naturally.
Okay, so 16,500 is quite a bit, especially if you are just starting out the game, and this is probably one of the first places you're going to come to, is Sidonia. She is a great person to pick up from your crew. You can persuade her, and if you pass the persuasion check, the cost will be, I think, about in half. Let's go ahead and try and see if we can pass the persuasion check with her. I have level 4 of persuasion. I also have manipulation, so oh no, something sounds bad. I think I'll be able to persuade her. You only need 4 to get it. You could take it safe and just do the 1s, but I think I'll be able to pass it with a 4. If you're not sure how the persuasion system kind of works in this game, the greens are the easier or more likely you are to pass that check there. 4 is going to be a little bit more difficult, but you can get more points, obviously, and then the red is obviously difficult. Just because it's difficult doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to fail it. It has to do a lot with their personality, so you kind of have to pay attention to the conversation leading up to it, I've found, and that what they might actually react to. I feel like they did a pretty good job with the persuasion system. Obviously, it's not perfect. I don't know if there is a perfect way to do it, but...
Don't think I'm desperate or anything, but you do have a point. All right, I'll do it. I can pay the rest of the fees out of pocket.
There we go. We cut her in half. $82.50.
Then we have an accord. Thank you for the offer.
No, thank you. So my ship could have my stupid adoring fan. I guess I'll put him on the ship. So one interesting thing, and I don't want to spoil too much about the main story for those of you who haven't watched this, but anyways, I'm missing a crew member.
I need to speak to someone at the spaceport about stowing my ship. We'll see each other again
And it
soon.
kind of makes me wonder, like, I didn't think choices from your first playthrough would affect your second playthrough, because from what I understood, you're in a different universe. Everything should be different. I mean, these people don't even know you. So I'm not really sure why the person that I lost in my first playthrough is missing in this playthrough. Well, make up your mind, auto path. Come on now. There's another side quest you can pick up down here, talking to that dude right here. I don't want to spend all my time doing side quests, but if you talk to Trevor, you can pick up another side quest. There are a lot of side quests in this game. I spent a ton of time doing side quests on my first playthrough. Hello, Carl.
Something I can help you with?
Yeah. Give me my money.
Adler Kemp. Who the heck is that?
Oh, maybe a bullet in your knee will help you remember.
What? Play what games? You're obviously confusing me with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though.
Oh, man. You clearly don't know me.
Hey now. Take it easy there. Let me think about that person you mentioned. Adler, was it? Hmm?
Look, Carl, I let you live in my first life, but I may not in this one, buddy.
Adler. Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Hmm? Sound good? Yeah?
It's interesting that these mining operations are set up on profit share. Are mines set up that way now? Dude, I could just be really hard on this guy.
Come on! Give me a break! What the... Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone.
Yeah, but you can squeeze blood from a corpse. So in my first playthrough, I was playing as a very lawful, good character. And this is the option I chose to... I just told them, like, never borrow from him again, I'll pay it for you. you'll make some credits in the end anyways, even though you give Adler the money, or not, I mean, but you make less money. I haven't tried persuasion yet, and I don't want to attack him. I mean, I could, but then I feel like I'd have to kill everybody here, and I'm just can't be bothered right now. So we're gonna see what happens if we persuade.
What games? Why are you doing this to me? I don't have the money.
It's a nice family you have there. I'd hate for something to happen to them.
How dare you try and threaten my family?
He did not like that. Oh no, I might fail this persuasion. I should have just done manipulation from the start.
Why should this one be any different? Huh? I hadn't thought of that. Huh. Maybe if I rounded up some of my buddies, we could hit him when he wasn't expecting it. Huh. Yeah. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt. I didn't have much of a choice.
Okay, so he gave me the money.
Citizens are advised to take caution near the military outposts on the city's outskirts due to frequent accidents. It is also advised
You can't always trust the auto path. It's been off a lot. I don't know, you know, quite what their algorithm is on this game, but their auto path sometimes is okay, sometimes not.
Have something for me? There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message?
Oh, he got the message, Atler. He got the message, buddy.
Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that.
You are a sick puppy.
Oh, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more.
Yes, please.
Think you can handle running with my associates?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Naeva.
Dude, this guy is 100% creepy. I am glad
you'll find her there.
That guy and all of his buddies are going to jump you sometime.
Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
Nice. 1,300 credits! Rook Meets King. Okay, so this is the next sort of big quest in this series here is Rook Meets King. Just a bit of advice here. So on my first playthrough, I knew that this was going to send me to meet the Crimson Fleet. So what I ended up doing is I started playing through a ton of other stuff. Doing a bunch of exploration, playing main story quest. I did a couple other faction quests. All because I didn't want to have to join the Crimson Fleet. And not the best idea. It is nice because, like, after you meet Naeva here, we're gonna go meet Naeva. What you're going to be able to do is you'll be essentially free from being attacked by the Crimson Fleet, but you're going to start racking up a bounty.
Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like Adler finally did something right for once.
And that bounty is going to get higher and higher and higher, and you're not going to be able to continue this quest until you pay off that bounty.
I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew.
And what happened to me on my first playthrough is I had built up such a large bounty that it took me forever to pay it off before I could continue on this quest. I think my bounty was set like 500,000 or 600,000 credits or something just ridiculous. So what I highly recommend on this is don't wait too long to do this quest. Get out there before you start racking up a bunch of bounties against the Crimson Fleet, and do this quest. At least get in there and meet the king. Finish this Rook Meets King, and then you should be good. I don't know if you can still accumulate bounty after that point or not, but I would just go through this so you don't have to worry about racking up Crimson Fleet bounty. Anyways, that's just my little piece of advice on this from my first playthrough. It was painful. It was so painful to just then throw away all that money on a stupid bounty just to do this quest. Anyways, I hope you see this. I hope you get that message before you make that same terrible mistake.
We'll see. When the waters get deep, it's sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake.
Enceladus, is that Saturn?
Kill Rake? That's your only option?
Oh.
If you want my advice, there's only one way to guarantee he dies. Turn the Ragana into space junk. Only way to be sure.
Ruthless.
It's done
Okay.
when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
So I'm going to play through this as if I was still going to join. I'm going to stick to the rules that the Crimson Fleet set, and, you know, not step out of bounds. And I'm going to try to make... Yeah, Saturn. I thought Enceladus was Saturn. Woo! Try to make decisions about what I would do. Wait. Where is that guy? Oh, he's like in the rings. Or is he around Enceladus? What's going on? Well, let's just, I guess, travel over there. That way, for those of you watching who might be wondering, you know, what decisions to make if you want to, you know, stay loyal to the Crimson Fleet. Oh, there we go. He just popped in there.
Pilot of the Ragana. We are a simple transport ship heading to New Homestead. We do not want any trouble.
The Ragana. Boy, I got some bad news for you, buddy. So I have never just attacked them. They look like an easy kill. Man, I love... Wow, that is just nice. I love that bridge on the front of that body like that. Very nice look. I'm not sure what ship that is.
I do not understand. Please confirm your intentions.
I like the design, though. Looks like it's... I mean, it's not that good of a ship. The components are kind of meh. Okay, so you can do a couple different things here. Like I said, I'm going to act UC SysDef up until the very end of this mission, and then I'm going to choose which one to go. I'm not sure.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way.
Your crew will like it whenever you make good decisions.
We will talk then.
Whenever I'm lost,
I think
There are a couple crew that you will be able to recruit from the Crimson Fleet if that is, you know, the direction you choose to go. But I'm not really sure what happens to your... Oh, why did I just do that? Wrong button. Come on, man.
Ship's clear. It's just us among the stars again, Captain.
Fool, you fool. You know, I just did it because I just love that docking sequence so much. You know, it fades to black and white. Bethesda gets all artsy on me. Dude, sweet stash.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece.
Wonder if you can take the ship. Let's take the ship.
God damn it! Open fire!
Sorry, Dimitri.
Get it to the paper
No! I can't take the ship. Oh, man. Well, that's kind of disappointing. I only killed you guys because I wanted to take your ship. That doesn't make me happy. I only kill for a purpose.
I am not sure what to make of you. If you wanted our cargo, I guess I
Yeah.
should just stop.
Yes, you should stop talking.
That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about?
Rake
You
must
really do not know
die.
which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Nice.
This unpleasantness
Get some
aside,
loot.
The people of New Homestead will
Rake gets to live. Everybody's happy. Except for me. I wanted to steal their ship. I mean, that was disappointing. Not that it's like an amazing ship, but
Locks, air pressure, dry.
just wanted to steal it. See if I could. I want to steal the Estrella too. Can I steal the Estrella? I love ecliptic ships.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, well, let it help me with some target practice. Is that your best shot?
I hope they didn't need that grab drive.
The stilettos. weak sauce, man. Level 20. Those are like level 20. 12, I think the other guys were.
Thanks for the help with the Ecliptic. I had it under control.
Sure you did.
Definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate.
I like the celebrate part. Austin Rake is dead.
No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in.
Here we go.
Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If
That's your first mistake.
and I wind up looking like an asshole,
Yep.
I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear?
Well, I'm not exactly clear on how you're gonna send somebody after me from beyond the grave. But, you know, you do you.
You better stow that crap before you make me change my mind. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Kryx system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it home. Head out there as soon as you can. Don't keep me waiting long.
Alright. So this is probably where I'm going to go ahead and end this one. Actually, you know what? Let me report into them before we go to the key. But I think I want to start the next video actually going to the key. The key is a pretty significant location, and so is meeting... Why is it not letting me go to the vigilance here? I want to go to the vigilance. It's a pretty significant location. There is a substantial amount of time spent kind of talking to Delgado, setting up the next mission.
Time to cycle the airlock and move.
Actually, I might go ahead and finish up Rook Meets King, and then we'll go ahead and pick up from there. Let's go, Ensign. Pick it up. Pick it up.
I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Slowpoke.
Drank too much coffee.
What an amazing command. How many controls are in this place? So I'm wondering if this is one of like the control units that you can build if you have the Class M modules mod.
You have permission to speak freely.
I can only imagine some of the ships you could build with
We
that.
got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rake. We had him dropped off at a separate port, off the books. Suffice to say, he's got a lot to answer for. That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself in the part. Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack Naeva's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Ragana that you might have trouble earning Naeva's trust. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be a problem. Ah, so I take it you have good news. Were you able to join the fleet?
Yeah, buddy.
Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like everything is going as expected. Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Naeva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on a good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet. Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing, or she intends to make an example of you later. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals, so don't let your guard down.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless
I am
of how well
not
you think you've ingratiated
worried
yourself.
about either one of
So
those
what's next for
from
you
a
on
bunch of
Naeva's
pirates. Going to the key.
Where you'll meet Delgado, no doubt.
Yeah, probably.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background.
Nice.
You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
In any case,
All right, we
now
got
that you're
Delgado,
in the
Naeva
fleet,
Mora,
you'll be
Crimson
operating independently.
Fleet profile.
We will
Oh,
shadow
also
you
Adler
eventually,
Camp.
But we'll need to maintain our distance for now, especially while you're on the key. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to engage with the fleet in the future.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.
Aye, aye, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and give her the evidence since I'm
We don't have a
here.
full map of the fleet. Well done. Let's see what you found. Interesting. Looks like you've
Give me
been
my
meeting up
money.
regularly with Naeva Mora to transfer goods and cash from Sidonia. Which means the Crimson Fleet's just lost one of their drop points. That should set them back a bit. Have any more?
Not at the moment, but I'll
Understood.
get it.
Keep searching and you're bound to find more. Good luck on the key.
Will do. Will do,
First
LT.
mission in the books with no casualties.
Off to the key. You know what? I probably don't even need to walk down there. Let's just go ahead and fast travel. All right, so the key is over here in the Kryx system. If you've never been here before, still kind of in the central core. This is one of the, I guess, more outer planets. You know, we've got Parima, which I think is where Paradiso is. Not Jaffa, but Parima. Is that right? I think that's right. And then, of course, Cheyenne, that's Aquila City. Narayan, this is where, like, what's that ship manufacturer? Drawing a blank. I don't know. The guy from Texas. Can't remember. Anyways, not important. Sol system, those are your main systems. But Kryx is pretty far out here. This is where the key is. And the planet, Suvorov, is where the lock, which is the prison. That is a fantastic mission. I cannot wait to get down to that. Look at this station. This is definitely one of the largest stations in the game. I think stations are a very underutilized part of this game. I feel like they didn't create very many stations. I feel like the stations that they made were not very big, or they could have just done more. I feel like they missed something here. Look at that ship there. That looks like a dagger or something like that. Alright, let's just go ahead and dock this beast. Go meet the king. We gotta take a stupid little tour of the key here. There's gonna be somebody who's gonna kind of walk us through and tell us all of the people and shops and blah blah blah. All the big happy pirate family.
You said the take was 10K. Hello. But it was 30.
Hello, robot.
Big difference on 40% of 10 versus 30.
Naeva, let's go.
You wanted 4K, you got 4K. Not my problem.
If you're stealing from me, you bet your ass it's your problem.
Setting the scene of what the pirates are like here. Ruthless scallywags.
Way to make a mess in front of my new Rook.
Hey, to steal from me and get caught, better off dead.
Sounds like you did the fleet a favor. Now toss this body out of an airlock before it turns into a damn air freshener.
The hell took you so long? Forget how to grav jump or something?
I had to go, like, you know,
Never apologize.
talk to the man.
Not if you want anyone in the fleet to respect you. And if they don't respect you, put a gun to their head and they'll get the message. But, all that aside, you made it. So now, you get to hear a nifty history lesson. Pencils ready? Good.
Can I skip
This floating scrap heap you're standing on is called the Key. Used to be an old UC military star station, and now it's the fleet's base of operations. Might look a little beat up on the outside, but we keep it together.
Alrighty.
Oh, well, I'll get right on that. A few plans, some throw pillows, and
Could you,
maybe this place will
please?
meet with your approval.
Maybe some
Okay,
curtains,
sunshine.
air freshener, maybe at least
I'll tell
sweep
you all
once or
about the key,
twice.
But it's better if I show you too. Follow me.
I love the Crimson Fleet skull design. You know, just those 5 hexagons. Gorgeous, simple.
Key is in orbit around Suvorov. That's the very same ice ball where the United Colonies built a supermax prison they call the Lock.
Like, look at that. 5
The
hexagons.
UC is
That
so
is it.
clever. Supermax
Beautiful.
prison, Lock, key. Cute, huh?
Cargo bay.
Now, we've got everything the fleet needs right here. Of course, you've got to pay for it.
Do I?
Remember, on the Key, credits are key.
Alright, so there we got our ship services over here.
Hang on, Nev. Before you get pissed, I've got my hands full.
We're gonna have to go on a tour around over here through the depot. It's gonna take us through all the shops.
So you want to tell me why those damn doors are sealed?
It's called a malfunction. You know, that thing I spend most of my day dealing with. Believe me, my people are on it. Have a little faith for once.
Captain. Pirate. Dirty pirate.
Always, Angel. This here's Jasmine. You need anything for your ship, she's got you covered. We'll hit up the depot next. and
She
switch doors and
has
give it
some
out.
dope components that
anyway,
you're
we
gonna
were
get
talking
in
about
this mission here.
About 100 years ago.
I highly recommend that you kind of have the ship that you plan on kind of taking towards the end game
And took over the Key.
here,
About time you put
or one that you plan on modifying later for
I was
end
getting
game.
tired of trading with the same old faces.
You're just ticked everyone's getting
Aludra.
wise to your ridiculous prices, Aludra. Anyway, welcome to the depot, Rook, where you'll be lucky
It's a weird
these
helmet.
blood-sucking leeches don't bleed you completely dry.
Whoa, whoa. It's not our fault that people don't appreciate how much it costs to get untraceable merchandise onto the Key.
Tactical gear. These guys don't have anything good, but what is awesome about the Key here is you can sell contraband to all of these vendors. So if you have a bunch of contraband stashed away at one of your
Back to my story.
outposts for some reason, like you just been kind of saving it because you couldn't sell it all at the den, or you just didn't want to be bothered to go to the den and keep waiting and waiting and waiting and selling and waiting and selling and waiting. This is an awesome place to sell contraband.
Do with all that, but we'll get to him later. Rook, meet Zuri, queen of the rare exports.
If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Neuroamps, blueprints. Hit her up and she'll take care of you.
Okay.
Speaking of which, you still owe me for that last purchase, Naeva. It's like 5 figures. Don't make me collect it the hard way.
The hard way. Oh no. Rook, protect me from Zuri's vengeance. Enough of the bullshit, Zuri. I'll pay you when I pay you. Deal with it. Got a problem with that? Take it up with the boss. On the right, you've got Radley from the Trade Authority. I'm sure you know the deal there.
Yep.
He'll buy pretty much anything.
He will buy anything. Everybody here will buy
Then
anything.
we got our med bay on the left.
Hi.
Run by the one and only Samina Misra. She'll patch you up if you've got the money. We don't don't run any free clinics up in here, you know? Okay, this is our final stop.
The Reckoner's Core.
You've got the last Nova, where Bog serves watered-down drinks at ridiculously exorbitant prices.
There is a
And right
magazine
here
in there.
is the most important place
I
on
think
the
Grunt
entire station.
issue.
The
I can't remember which number.
Run by the incomparable Shinya Voss.
Another new Rook, Naeva? I can't believe Delgado still lets you recruit, given what happened with the last one.
You mean Austin Rape? It's been taken care of, all right? I don't like loose ends, and this Rook is the one who tied it off.
Perhaps next time you'll try to be a bit more discerning regarding your choices. It's far more cost-effective.
Yeah, love you too, darling. Anyway, Shinya handles our lifeblood. The money. We call him our Reckoner, but if you ask me, he's actually a pain in the ass.
And Naeva will slit your throat if she thinks you'll bleed creds.
Go to hell, boss. Take care of our new friend here, or I'll find a way to pull the pin on that little party popper in your chest.
This is a cool little
Anyway,
core here.
Shinya will get you set up in our system. I've got real work to do.
Yeah.
Once you're done, head upstairs and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Time for a proper introduction.
Hi, Shinya.
I am Shinya Voss, the official reckoner for the Crimson Fleet. And since Naeva so thoughtfully mentioned it, yes, this is a bomb embedded in my chest.
Nice.
And no, I'll never know the meaning of the word humble. In fact, I find Delgado's idea of a security measure to be quite empowering.
What? You are a madman. A complete madman.
Glad you approve. Obviously, betrayal isn't taken lightly around here. Since I oversee the bulk of transactions and maintain all accounts for the fleet, I'm a prime target for information. Should our enemies capture me or I grew any semblance of a moral conscience, you might consider me the greatest threat we have.
So you can end up liberating him at the end.
And a certain degree of safety.
And I'll show you that in one of the videos, but I don't know. I would love if I could have actually got him to like join my crew. I don't know if that's even a possibility. Maybe if you join the Crimson Fleet you're able to, but at least going with the UC Vanguard, you're
That's
not.
Why he's the boss.
You can save him,
of course,
but you can't
I'm not
recruit
the first
him.
reckoner to bear a bomb
At least
under my rib cage, but Delgado
not
was
with
smart
UC
enough
Vanguard.
to continue the tradition. Now, let me get you set up. A moment while I convene with the core. Thanks to advanced modifications even Eugen would envy.
Oh.
I can interface directly with our mainframe.
Eugen's got some pretty awesome little
This
toys.
allows me to move and clean credits faster and more efficiently than any run-of-the-mill cyber runner. There, you're done.
There, you're
All
done.
you need now is Delgado's blessing, and you'll be one of us. The perfect segue into my final subject. Thanks to our relations with contacts across the galaxy, we always have a steady stream of jobs available. I've granted you all the necessary permissions to access these listings at any time, using the computers that surround the core.
Thank you.
If Naeva's chosen wisely, we certainly will. Now, I believe that covers all I have to say, so you can run along to Delgado. Take the elevator to the upper level. You should be able to find your way from there, I hope.
Thank you very much. Okay, so now that he has... Come on, Jasmine. Alright, so she's opened this door. So we don't have to go all the way around now. As soon as we come in, we can go straight to the Reckoner's Core. In the Reckoner's Core, this is where you have the mission boards all around the corner here. There's also a bounty board where you can clear your bounty in here as well. Right in this room in here is a Peak Performance magazine. Bloop.
Nothing like the smell of a
And I'm going to go ahead and show you where in here there's another... So over here in the back corner, you've got a Grunt issue magazine. Now, they're not giving me any buffs because I've already collected them in my first playthrough. So that's a bummer. But if you want to know what buff they give you, just go check out one of my previous videos on each of those magazine locations. They're super quick, less than a minute, so won't take up too much of your time. Or just go pick it up for yourself, and then you'll see exactly which buff you get. Grunt issue is usually some sort of like ballistic or critical damage or something like that.
Better get a move on before Dale sees you slacking.
Delgado.
So, now that we are all here, it's time to get down to business. The two of you are the only Rooks that have made the latest cut. The rest, well, let's just say they won't be joining us ever again. Naeva's willing to put her neck on the line and vouch for you, which means you've got what it takes to join the Crimson Fleet.
This guy is super trusting, by the way, for a pirate king.
You'd better not disappoint, or you'll find yourself answering to me.
You'll know what I'm talking about more as you kind of go seeing through this quest line go on.
When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, you're in it for the long haul. No one quits.
I guess he's kind of desperate, maybe.
Retires. The only way out.
And he knows I'm awesome.
You stay loyal, or you pay the consequences. Fleet before friends. Fleet before family. Fleet before yourself.
I am the fleet.
Boss. Good. You're getting it already. I like that.
Can we get on with this? I want to get drunk at the last Nova.
I'm impressed.
This guy has
That
a
is the
glorious
first
beard.
intelligent thing you have said this entire time, Mathis.
I also love how he
Since you two
constantly
seem so
insults
eager to move
Mathis.
forward, let's get to your next job. Pack your cold weather gear, Rooks. Where we are going, you're going to need it.
Oh yeah, going down to the surface, baby.
Don't tell me you're dragging him down to Suvarol for another one of your little initiation runs. 10 Johns to the surface, 12 dead Rooks. You'd think by now you would have given up on that goddamn campfire story.
Kryx's legacy is no story, Naeva. We've got fresh eyes in the fleet. And if these two want to impress, they're going to help me search those ruins.
I hope you're right, Dale. That new code we grabbed for the lock cost us a ton of credits. And a decent cap.
So some context, the lock is the prison that's on the surface. This station is called the Key, and it is above that prison on the surface, in orbit anyways.
And if his legacy is still out there, we're going to be the ones to find it.
Kryx is kind of the founder of the Crimson Fleet.
Before Kryx left the fleet, he left a message talking about a major score. One that would set up the fleet to be a big player in the settled systems. Somewhere down the line, they started calling it Kryx's legacy. And everyone who's tried to find it has wound up empty-handed, missing, or dead. If we're gonna beat those odds, we'll first need a lead. And I would wager we will find one on Suvarov.
Dale's leaving out the best part. That this whole search is based on a handful of words on a very old slate. Kryx left a lot of big talk on that recording, and not a lot of facts. Some of us believe in it more than others.
Don't listen to her. When we get our hands on Kryx's legacy, the fleet will be operating at a completely different level. We will become more than a match for UC Sistef.
Okay, unstoppable. Little overambitious. I think that's probably a little bit more on the money there.
Only to a small-minded rook.
Whoa, easy.
Petty crimes? Go join a gang in Neon.
Talking to Starborn there,
Okay,
man.
Enough discussion. We have got a lot of work to do. To that end, the next stop is the lock. I've had Jazz feed the coordinates into your ship's computer. Since Mathis doesn't have a ship, he's going to ride with me. I'll see you down there, Rook. Don't keep me waiting.
Roger that. Anything you can tell me Jasper Kryx's history?
I could tell you stories that would last for hours. But now is not the time.
Aw.
You have a job to do, and I don't like to be kept waiting.
That's too bad.
When you... Well, if you get back to the key, I am sure you can find some copies of the interview he gave to SSNN around here, somewhere. I think those recordings might give you the history lesson that you are looking for.
This is true. So all around the ship, is a bunch of little slates that have voice recordings that give you a lot of backstory about Kryx's legacy here. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits for this video here, because this is a great stopping point before we go on to Echoes of the Past, which is the next quest. We just picked this up. In the next video, I'll show you we're going to go down to the surface and we're going to explore the Lock, which is the prison where Kryx escaped from when he originally started this whole legend of the Crimson Fleet. This is where this mission starts to really take off. It's one of my favorite parts, which leads to another amazing part after this one. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this series I'm putting together here on the UC Vanguard Crimson Fleet side quest. This is, again, one of my favorites. If you haven't done this yet, I highly recommend you do this one early on in the game, and that is just because you'll rack up a ton of bounty for the Crimson Fleet, and it's just a pain to pay off before you want to start this quest. Where you could just start this, get some awesome loot, get some awesome credits. One of my favorite guns in the game is one of the items you'll get from this quest line. So stay tuned. I'll be bringing you part 3 where we go down to the Lock very soon. Thanks for watching. I'll check you in the next one, guys. Cheers.